Live, up close, and unplugged. Here's another live performance from 95 WIIL Rock Studio East.
And we are back in 95 WIIL Rock Studio East with Aranda this afternoon. If you missed the show in Chicago last night at House of Blues, you're in luck because they'll be at the rave on Thursday in Milwaukee with Theory of a Deadman, Pop Evil, and Artifice. And it's funny how off the air we were talking about routing. I feel like sometimes they just take like a pen and start drawing shapes, and then that's the city you go to.
Well, the other thing too is like a lot of these tours are like bus tours, and so there's like 15, 16-hour drives.
An incredibly short bus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fits.
Some people call it a van.
Yeah.
So we drive everywhere, and so that's the real tough part. Is a lot of these bands, they go to sleep at at the venue that they were the night before. They wake up where they're supposed to be.
Right.
We're following
Right.
around.
Have you ever like
You are the
3
driver.
Red Bulls
Well, yeah.
in?
Yeah.
Have you ever like been up at like 4 in the morning and you have to make it somewhere,
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
like trying to and you're like yelling out the window, and the cold air's like in your face. You're like,
Well, that's
oh, and you're just like, come on,
Actually,
keep awake, keep awake.
I feel like you should do like a video series
Yeah.
on driving the
you
short bus.
definitely.
Yeah.
We should have a GoPro just inside the van.
Yeah,
like
and
a couple angles.
and that's the thing. Just leave it going, and then see at the end of the
And
day
then
there might be
edit,
some good
edit,
material
edit.
on there. Yeah,
With-
probably.
with a can of Febreze on top of it.
yeah, that too. Well, let's talk about some music here because
Let's talk about music because
it's
Febreze
time,
isn't cutting it right now.
It's time to make the transition. But, it's been a few years though since you had put out a record before Not the Same came out with Stop the World. So, and that was in 2012. So with almost 3 years kind of in there, what were you guys doing? Were you playing it all? Were you working on new music? Were you back to living lives at home?
Kind of all three, really. I mean, we definitely wanted to take time to write this album, and we wanted it to be different than our last album. We kind of, our second album, we kind of came with we wanted to do a straight ahead rock record all the way through the record. This one, we kind of got back to some of our roots, a lot of classic influences, a little bit of soul influence and acoustic and stuff like that. So we grew up on all that and kind of wanted to bring it back to that.
So
on this
calling the
album.
new record Not the Same is indicative of exactly what you wanted to do.
Absolutely, yeah, with the music, but also it was also kind of a picture of who we are as people too. Now from then until now, we feel like we're different people, and so naturally as artists, the music that comes out of us isn't going to be the same either.
Sure, so on a couple levels there. Well, as far as radio goes, in the 2 songs that you have already played for us here today with Don't Wake Me and We Are the Enemy, and Gabe, I told you this at WIIL Rock Fest, and Damien, now I can tell you too, and you guys as well, but this record, Not the Same, I love. I've always been a fan of your music, as you know, but I feel like it has everything that I love about Aranda on it, from the rockers to the, the more, I don't want to call them ballads, because people have this idea in their head of what this ballad is,
Just
and
think
it's
of
not
Winger all of
that.
a sudden.
But like a slower song or songs that really highlight your harmonies, So what was the process like when you were putting that together? Not necessarily the writing, but just kind of how you wanted it to flow and kind of show off all these different parts of what you had put together over your career.
Well, we did our record with this guy Kato Kandwala. He did like the Pretty Reckless and a couple other really cool records. We Are Harlot. He just did that new one, and we were like, man, we don't want this to sound like this. And so, with Stop the World, we had a lot of like just guitars all over the place, and we kind of wanted more of a classic sound. So putting it together, we basically gave him like 15 songs, and he listened to them, and he goes, well, they're kind of jigga, so let's try to figure out how to not make them jigga. So when we
Technical terms, guys.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So when we did, we worked with so many different sounds, which we didn't do on the last record. We literally like just plugged in an amp and we just went. This time we like really concentrated on sounds
And even from song to song, changed sounds. And that was another thing with the other record. We kind of had one guitar sound and things, and it just kind of went through the whole record. We just wanted to experiment a little
Well,
more
and
with
interesting
sounds.
too that you mentioned the Pretty Reckless and We Are Harlot, because I love those bands too, and not being familiar with this producer, now saying what you're saying, what he did or what he helped do with you guys.
Yeah.
is what those two records are too.
Right.
Yeah.
He was kind of the other guy, because a lot of times producers they're really nice to you, and really because they're like, we want your business and all this stuff.
We want your
Well,
money.
he was just, like literally, he just told us straight up,
That sucks.
That sucks. You suck. Don't do that. That sucks.
yeah.
No, that really sucks.
It's awesome.
I mean, we heard that for the first month of the whole thing. You suck. You suck. So.
Oh,
Self-esteem
man.
was
And you're like, and
damaged.
we're still paying you to do our record.
we'd go back to the
Yeah.
Motel 6, crying to each other,
Exactly.
holding each other.
Motel 6 in an extremely bad neighborhood.
No.
we didn't know L.A. that well, so we were just booking motels, I should call them, and we ended up in a couple. There was one we ended up in that we literally stayed there one night. We had it for 3 nights, and we never went back. We were like,
Oh, it was that
sleeping.
bad.
Had a big gate around it.
And I know, like, living in a van, essentially, I know that you can't be that picky, so that really did have to be bad.
Man. Well, there was like an assault happening outside of it. We couldn't get into our room because we had to wait for this guy and this girl to stop arguing. The security guard came over. This is all happening in front of the room we just checked into. We're like, oh, cool, man.
Welcome to the
nice
Motel
booking.
6.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
hotels.com.
Right? Were you able to at least, like, write a song about your experience?
We wrote a lot of the record
Yeah.
in some
In
crazy
those
Motel
hotels.
6s. Yeah. So it was pretty crazy.
I'm sure that they won't be hiring you guys to be their next spokesperson. They'll
Might
maybe
not get that
maybe a
endorsement.
jingle. It'll be a way to kind of get your business back.
Well, here's the deal. We have stayed in one nice Motel 6, and it was in Missoula, Missouri. And so,
There's
Missoula,
one, there is
Montana,
one,
sorry.
people. There's one.
Montana. So, and it was really nice. They like redid it and everything. So that's our plug for Motel 6.
There you go.
They do leave the light on for you, though.
I was going to ask,
Yeah,
is that true?
It's always on. They're not lying.
All right, so we're going to do a couple more?
Yes.
Are we going to go back in the archives?
No. Sorry.
I was
wanted to
just
help you
sure. I'm
there.
like, we're going to do some older stuff. Awesome. I'm just going to do a lead into it. I know it's coming. This is what happens when we don't discuss anything
It's all
before
good.
we go
It's
on
all
here.
good.
So what are
We're
you
gonna do another one off the new album.
All right. I mean, I'm totally okay.
Hey,
with
and
that.
this will be an exclusive because we've never played this together acoustic anywhere.
Awesome.
So, Will Rock exclusive. So
We're going to play it now.
it's a little song called, yeah, exactly, without practicing it. It's called Starting Over.
Am I breaking? I can't own up. Nothing's making sense. Taking everything, holding on my life, no regrets, and I gonna find my way to starting over. I'm starting over, I'm alive, I'm a wreck, but I live my life, not dead, not yet, and I gonna find my way to starting over. I'm starting over alive. Oh, not dead, not yet, and I gonna find my way to start it over. I'm starting over alive. Thank you. Woo. Are we going right into it? We're going to dig into the archives, but not our archives, though. I'll play a little something you guys might know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Ooh, yeah. Baby, here I am. I'm the man on the scene. I can give you what you want, but you got to come home with me. I forgot some good old love, baby, got some more in store. When I get those forwarding on you, you got to come back for more. All those things that come by the dozen, that ain't nothing but truckstone lover. A pretty little thing, let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm so hard to handle now, gets around. Yeah. Ooh, action speaks louder than words, and I'm a man of great experience. I know you got another man, but I can love you better than him. Take my hand and don't be afraid. I'm gonna prove every word I've said. I'm advertising love or peace, and you can place your ad with me. All those things that come by the dozen, that ain't nothing but tips and loving. A pretty little thing, let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm a show out and the night gets around. Woo! Singing, yeah, talking hard to handle now. Oh yeah, baby, mama, here I am, I'm the man on your scene. I can give you what you want, but you got to come home with me. I forgot some good old love, baby, got some more in store. When I get those forward on, and you gotta come back around for more. All those things come by the dozen, that ain't nothing but ten-cent loving. Oh, pretty little thing, let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm so on down tonight, gets around. We're singing, yeah, I'm talking on the hand now, now. Oh, yeah, come on, D. Woo. Good loving. Your candle, cause mama, I'm sure I'd and the night gets around. Woo! Singing, yeah, I'm talking hard to handle now. Oh yeah, baby, ow, good loving. I said, but baby, oh, good loving. I need good loving, yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
95 Gold Rock, the rock station, live in Studio East. I was just jamming some Black Crows on my way into work today, so that was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Well, if you have not picked up the new Aranda record yet, it is called Not the Same, and it is out now. You've heard 3 songs off that record, so there's what, nine others yet to be
right.
discovered by those that don't have the record. And you can see these guys live at the Rave in Milwaukee with Theory of a Dead Man, Pop Evil, and Artifice on Thursday. Always love to see you guys.
Great to
Thanks
see
for
you
coming
too.
in and making my Monday, and a full house today, which is always good
Thank you
to
guys
see.
very much.
So,
Appreciate you
thanks
guys.
again for coming in. We're live with Aranda, thanks to Consumers Credit Union, 95 WIIL Rock, the rock station.